Hey there, guys and gals. The introvert old bull here, and well, today's a very special day. It is December 31st, 2019. That's right. We are officially at the end of this year. Not only at the end of this year, but also at the end of this decade. I remember, and it's been a pretty crazy ride. I did not expect to hit like 100 subscribers or 200 subscribers or even 300 subscribers all in the same like year. Like I did not expect that, and I thought that was a pretty cool achievement. And honestly, I actually remember making that little zoo hair story mode episode 5 thing, which I've since then cancelled the series, but I remember making that as far back as I remember the day I made that video and we were supposed to go on a cruise. I'll tell you more on that in next year. Not only is this the end of this year, but it's also the end. I remember making that and I didn't think much of it, and here we are. I didn't really think much of it. I just needed to make a quick video before I went on my cruise, and here we are at the end of this year. It's not only the end of this year, but also the end of the entire decade. The entire 2010s decade is coming to a close today, people. And I think this decade, I'm a bit sad to leave. I'm a bit sad to leave this decade behind, but I'm also kind of pretty happy to leave this decade behind as I'm officially like going to enter in the 2000 and the 2020s. Overall, I think this decade I'm gonna have like the most nostalgic memories of in my entire life, mainly because I started this decade out as 5 years old, and now I'm leaving it as 14 years old. So I'm gonna have a lot of nostalgia. This decade is essentially my childhood, and I'm not exactly ready to leave my childhood behind and enter in my teens and then my 20s, all next year in the 2020s, which is going to be very exciting. Um, but yeah, I decided I would do a quick recap. I decided this video I'm gonna do a recap, and then the next video I'm gonna do a cover, another cover song. Last year we did No More Creepers to end off 2018, and now we are doing Owl City's Tokyo, featuring Sekai no Owari. That's the featured artist, and we're gonna do a cover on that next video. And I'm also probably gonna do I'm also gonna do a reviews of 2019 thing to cap off the review thing I did throughout this year. But so yeah, I figured I would do a quick recap of what's happened to me in this decade. Honestly, to be honest with you, so let's start off with 2010. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I really don't have that much memories of the 2010s, like, of the year 2010 at all. I don't really have that much, memories I can think of. So, yeah, that one can get a skip. 2011, I remember that was the year I came back to YouTube. I believe that was the year in which I returned to YouTube, and I decided to revisit the website again, and I remember throughout that entire year I was just completely obsessed with Brick Queen, and I was also in like one of the early years of at my school, or one of the early grades. I remember doing that. I also just remember playing games. That's all I remember in 2011. In 2012, not much happened. The same things happened. Actually, I can remember seeing a bunch of different films in 2012 a lot, and I just remember just watching TV, watching my cartoons and stuff, and just it was pretty simple. It was just simple things. Okay. 2013 is a 2000. Yeah, we just did 2012. 2013 is a year that I never want to revisit ever again. 2013 is a year I want to completely boycott from the rest of my life, mainly because of some personal things that were going on in my life, mainly because of just some personal stuff. So anyway, let's move on to 2014. 2014, a pretty important year. 2014, not much happened except for the fact that I found this game called Goat Simulator, and because of me going on YouTube, watching Goat Simulator Let's Plays, that's how I found out about Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, and The Annoying Orange. Yes, I found out about The Annoying Orange through Goat Simulator. I found out about all three of these channels through Goat Simulator. But the most important ones, of course, were Mark and Jack. These two YouTubers have, like, a huge influence on me, and I was such a fan of both of these channels, and I just wish the overall best luck for them in the 2020s. And in 2015, not much happened. I was officially like a decade old now. Not much happened in that year. I just watched Jacksepticeye and Markiplier and DanTDM and PewDiePie and stuff. I was obsessed with those four channels. I still am sort of obsessed with them. Yeah, that's all I remember doing, just doing that. In 2016 was a pretty important year. Oh yeah, and by the way, that right there is a keyboard. That's a keyboard instrument right there. In case any of you are wondering what that was. And my fan is on. But you knew that already. But yeah, 2016 was a pretty important year, as it's the year where I literally made this channel. It's the year where well, actually, 2015 was kind of the year where I technically made my account, but 2016 was the year where I actually started posting stuff on this account, and I think this is extremely important to me because, I'd always, from I think 2011 all the way up to like 2015, I think, I used to pretend that I was recording videos, uploading stuff, editing stuff. I always used to pretend I was doing that and stuff. And then, I think somewhere in early 2016, probably February or March, I officially like created this channel. No, and I've still been active to this day. 2017, not much really happened in that year except more videos and I started making those plush videos and stuff. That's what I essentially just did throughout 2017 and school and stuff. Just typical, just not really much stuff went down in 2017. And 2018 was the year where I actually began hating myself. 2018 was the year where I just, I started just hating myself. I started like doubting myself. I had no friends at school. I was all on my own, and I was just pretty sad. I looked like I was pretty much a man child at school. In fact, for a while, a lot of you don't know this, but I was actually a man child at school. I know, it's very sad, but yeah, that's what I was for a while. And so yeah, I was pretty much just bummed throughout. I was just bummed throughout most of 2018, but it's okay. I'm kind of happy again, which is good. So yeah, it was pretty sad for a while, and it was also the year where I got to see so many YouTubers. In 2017, I got to see like Coyote Peterson from Brave Wilderness, and in 2018, I essentially got to see Dan and Phil live, Markiplier live, Dan and Phil, Markiplier live. I got to meet Jane Animations, The Amazing, The Planet Dolan crew, and Jordan Sweeto. That's all I got to meet. It was just essentially this year, essentially in 2018, it was just a meet and greet. It was just essentially me meeting a bunch of YouTubers and seeing some YouTubers live. So yeah, that happened. And the last year that we have is this year, 2019. So, what happened in 2019? Not much really happened throughout this entire channel. I started, I created a schedule for, I started playing Outlast games with my plushies, and I essentially started doing reviews, whether that was the one-off music review of This Is War by 30 Seconds to Mars, or actual, like, movie reviews, the Little Hilda show that I just reviewed, a while ago. And also on the 1st of January 2020, which is tomorrow, I'm actually going to do a recap of all the films that I've seen. In fact, I'm actually going to see Jumanji: The Next Level just today, so I'm going to get a review out soon. So yeah, I'm going to essentially look back at all the films and my thoughts on them again, and I'm also going to talk about the TV shows that I've seen, like 12 Forever and Over the Garden Wall. I'm not going to put Gravity Falls on the list because I'm not technically done with the show. I'll put out a review of Gravity Falls when I'm done, and I'm also going to put out a little Outlast Whistleblower and Outlast 2 DLC reviews and stuff soon. So that would be pretty good, right? Just I have a lot of reviews and stuff. But yeah, that's essentially what's happened throughout this entire 10 years. I've changed a lot as a person, and I've officially created my YouTube channel, which was a dream goal for a while. So that's pretty good. And yeah, that's all I have to say. And I'm about to make my my Owl City Tokyo review. Just got my Owl City Tokyo cover to end off this entire decade. But anyway, that's all I have to say. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that like button, share it with a friend, and as always, stay subscribed. Bye.